Okay, so you're used to seeing me in a what car video review or possibly a racing car or a sports car. I'm also a big Land Rover Defender fan and I have a 1993 90 TDI. And when Redex asked me to take part in a trial for the fuel additives that they offer for diesels, I thought I would put the Defender through the trial, because if you can improve the fuel economy on a Defender and make it drive more smoothly and more refined, or certainly the engine anyway, then that can only be a good thing. So I have been using the product. I first of all did a quick clean, which is a more intense clean using this product here. And what it does is it helps to remove the deposits and build up of gunk, for want of a better word, on your fuel injectors. And then every time you fill up, you use one of these, and it makes sense. I understand the theory and I understand the science behind it, because it should improve fuel economy, so it should save you money in the short term, and in the long term it prolongs the life of your engine and the life of your injectors. Injectors can be a weak spot on Defenders. That's normally TD5s. I've got a TDI. The TDI engine tends to be pretty bulletproof. Mine's only done 63,000 miles, but I've seen them with 200 or 300,000 miles on the clock. However, if you can do those 200,000 or 300,000 miles and have a slightly better fuel efficiency experience, or possibly a smoother running engine, then that's definitely very, very positive for a Defender. So we're going to go to the fuel station now and we're going to do the last fill up, and I'm going to show you how to put one of these in, and then I'm going to tell you whether I think it is worth putting fuel additive in your car or not. I've deliberately left the engine running so that you can hear the chug, 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 the agricultural sounding default noise of a Land Rover Defender engine. So I think it's going to be quite difficult to assess whether Redex has improved engine smoothness or the smooth running of the engine, because a Defender is quite, what's the word to describe it? Not harsh. It's quite rugged, it's quite raw, it's purposeful. You can hear that it's working. But what we might be able to tell a difference in is the fuel economy. So I've had to do it in quite a rudimentary way, which is to fill it up, take a note of the litres that I've put in and the miles that I've covered since I last filled it up, and then I need to get my calculator out. So I will report back. Okay, so I've done my calculations, and they're really, really simple, because you work out how many miles you've covered. So you look at your total odometer and you subtract that from the previous total odometer, and then you work out how many gallons you've put in, which is the number of litres divided by 4.54, because there's 4.54 litres per gallon. And then once you know how many gallons there are, you can work out your miles per gallon by dividing your number of miles by the number of gallons that you've put in. So anyway, my fuel economy for the Defender has gone from 26.44 to 29.55. Like I said at the beginning of this, it is quite rudimentary in the way that it's calculated. There's nothing wrong with the actual mathematics. It's just that when you are at the pump and you're trying to squeeze a little bit extra in the fuel tank, you do wonder whether you've put in the same amount the first time you filled up, the second time, the third time, the fourth time, etc. So I think, yes, it probably does improve the fuel economy, but by how much is slightly unknown, and the only way you're really going to know is if you if you used it for maybe 6 months or a year, or if your car has a digital calculator which knows exactly how much fuel it is using all of the time, and it does it instantly. So that's probably what I would recommend to work out the fuel economy. I keep looking down because I've been using my laptop instead of using a calculator. I prefer to just use a spreadsheet. But anyway, that's that. Would I recommend using a fuel additive such as Redex? Yes, I do think it's a good idea to use a fuel additive. It prolongs the life of your engine, it prolongs the life of your injectors, it probably improves fuel economy, and if you're driving a Land Rover Defender, it's unlikely anything will make it feel smooth, but you're going to continue to love it anyway. So it's probably a good idea to use a fuel additive to take good care of whatever vehicle you're driving.